Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively, we're the Office Blokes.
Yeah.
True fact, insignificant in terms of the universe.
Absolutely.
I would guess so,
That's the best review we've had in ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. We're fresh out of How Big Is the Universe, and it's pretty big.
Yeah.
It's a big old place.
Now I've got a headache.
No doubt.
Yep.
Wouldn't fancy walking around it anyway. That's for sure.
You can try.
Yep.
You'll only get a couple of...
Gives you a bottom quark.
Yeah.
Too much walking.
Anyway, we're not done Lost in the Pong.
No.
Lost in the Pong for a couple of weeks.
Lawrence.
And I thought it's about time we do.
Yeah, why not?
Check in with
Lawrence, it's good.
See how things are going. 9 things Americans do that British don't.
Only 9. Thanksgiving.
I suppose if you're talking
Yeah.
cultural events, like celebrating Independence
Yep.
Day, even though we did here, we
Yeah.
did like a special for it. Call things world titles when you are the only country that compete in it. I don't know.
See the Brits don't.
I've always thought and I've heard other people talk about this, if we go to the bar, we say, "Can I have a pint of this, please?"
They say, give me.
And then it's like, "Give me a beer."
I think it's more regional as well.
Is that a regional
Is it?
thing?
Right.
But that's not seen as being rude. That's
No.
just like
No,
a way
no,
of saying,
it's
just
can
give
I
me a
have-
beer.
yeah.
Some of them might be food things that maybe eat certain foods that we don't, or...
I think we're past that now.
You
To be
reckon?
fair, yeah, I think the world's too small. There's nothing they'll eat that people
We
in
don't.
Britain don't
No.
or don't have access to. There's American shops on every corner, isn't there, that are selling overpriced candy and
We're getting closed down
Yeah.
quickly.
are they?
Yeah.
Are they money laundering?
No. It's too much sugar content. So it's against government rules of new new
Yeah.
rules they brought in about sugar
I
content.
thought that all went out the window when we
No.
had Brexit.
No, because I think it was our rule.
Ah, right,
Yeah.
okay.
A lot of the EU stuff that people voted Brexit to get rid of was our idea.
Yeah.
There was
Right,
loads of things like
right,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
But I was in one of the American shops the other day after finding out we watched the US versus UK Skittles on
Right.
Food Wars,
Mhm.
and they were talking about, was it like potassium something that was in the Skittles in America, which is banned in the EU
Yeah.
because like a certain amount of it can be deadly or something.
Cause ADHD or something that it said.
There was something like that,
yeah.
wasn't there? And I was looking for American Skittles in the shop, you know, because I don't think they're allowed to be sold over here.
Right, really?
Someone always told me that you could overdose on bananas if you had like 7 of them.
I think it's a lot more than that.
Is it?
Potassium over there.
Potassium overdose.
Didn't believe them, but...
We do have bananas over here, though. They're not an American thing.
I know.
We don't grow them over here though.
Speak for yourself. I've got a banana farm in my garden.
It's in your bedroom, Dave. Not your garden.
It's in the bath. Right then, 9 things Americans do that Brits don't. Let's find out.
Hello, I'm Lawrence and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to the things we do as people. It turns out that there are just things that people in one country do that the people in the other country do not do. And today we're going to take a look at 9 things that Americans do that Brits don't, and take that title with a grain of salt, okay? It's very much a generalization. Of course, many of the things on this list probably are practiced by some people, some pedants over in Britain. I said pedants, not peasants. But for the most part, on the whole, generally speaking, how many other ways can you say that? Americans do these things more than Brits. Now, if I'd have done this list maybe 12 years ago before I moved to the United States, there are some things I would have included that have since caught on in Britain. So, you know, baby showering or queuing up for the Black Friday sales or getting a coffee to go. So since there's more of a level playing field in regard to those things, I'm just going to leave them off the list. And given that we're all presently trapped in our bunkers, even the ones that did make it onto the list probably shouldn't temporarily, including this. Smiling at strangers, which I suppose is what I'm doing to you right now, so I'm a hypocrite in a way. And you know what? I think when I first encountered this is when you're walking along, say, a footpath, or you're in a parkway, and someone you've never met, maybe they've got a dog, they just look at you and smile. It sounds creepy when I put it like that, and at first it was. I thought I was going to get mugged, right? British people value their personal space, right? Don't enter that zone. And so when whenever that happened, it was a little off-putting. But I got used to it when I realised that Americans are just really friendly, and this is a good thing, right? And so I not only came to embrace this, but I started doing it myself, and people got a bit creeped out by the British teeth. I can't help that. It's just something I'm born with, and so you're going to have to accept it from now on. I must say, though, that during this sort of weird situation we find ourselves in, if anybody smiled at me while I was going out to take the trash out, I'd run for the hills. We don't have hills in Chicago, so I'd be lost.
I think that's partially regional as well, though. Because over here,
I say hello to everyone.
I think it's an age thing.
I think
Partially as well.
in a city, no. But the general part, there's too many people. Everyone's just blinkers on, trying to get their job done. Countryside, everyone smiles at each other. Like where I live, if you don't smile at the person walking past, they're going to think you're weird.
Even suburban now, especially now, I'm out more locally, sort of when I take the dog out, you do, especially in the mornings with older people, you do tend to get people saying, hello, morning or something like that.
You old people say, I'll do.
All right.
It
Happen.
Weather's all right, isn't it, today?
If you're in town or something like that, then no one does it at all.
Too many people. That's why
It's too many people. You'd be there all day, wouldn't you?
You get any major city, you get your defences up, don't you?
Yeah.
That's you can't engage with everyone. No. There are knobheads. There's people going everywhere dead fast.
I do find it's the older generation that are more likely to do it. Give you a smile, say hello to you, though.
Yeah, but they might start a conversation, so I don't look at old people.
Yeah.
If you smile at them, you might get engaged in the price of cheese and all that sort of stuff. Do you know who else has died?
Similarly, which is a word I had to say about 10 times before I got right, Americans might greet you not only with a smile, but by saying, how are you? Or what's up? And these don't mean, are you okay? Or anything like that. It just means hello, right? And it's, in a way, it's sort of similar to how we Brits say, all right. And we're not asking if you're okay. We're simply saying hello. So in many ways, there are similarities between the two. I don't really know why that is. Are we just trying to soften and euphemize the word hello in the same way that we would with death or going to the toilet? It's really odd when you think about it, but we both do it. Should I start my videos with, all right, I'm Lawrence, and no, I won't do that. What I will do is go on to our next entry. Yes, flags. I did talk about this in a video just recently that, American families and houses and things like that are very prone to having the flag flying outside. And I found that it really doesn't matter which party you vote for or anything like that. People will still fly the flags regardless of that, particularly on July the 4th. But you will see it at all times of year on numerous houses. And that's not to say that we don't fly the flag in Britain, but we usually reserve that for very special occasions like football matches, which are very special occasions these days. There's just there's more pride in the flag here, or it symbolises so much more, and therefore it gets used. And when I say it symbolises so much more, I mean, it really does. You've got the 50 stars representing each of the 50 states, and then you've got the 13 stripes representing each of the original 13 colonies. And so it's symbolic in many ways, and, it's part of the lexicon even. You've got words like Old Glory, Stars and Stripes, and things like that. And so it's a very pervasive part of American culture.
Is it a thing to not let the flag touch the ground
Over here?
in the States?
You're not supposed to let any flag touch the ground.
I've just only ever heard
Globally.
it alluded to.
No, I
as
never
like
knew
a-
that. I never knew that.
It's like an insult, isn't it?
Yeah.
Flag touching the ground.
Right.
You don't see many flags over here.
Not really, no.
Not over here, you don't know, not at all. You get accused of being racist normally,
do.
don't you, if you fly a flag at your house or anything. So, bit of a shame, really. But
It will come out when the World Cup starts. You'll see a lot of England flags.
yeah, like I says with the football, you always get it then, don't you? A lot more people start flying them then. So
There's a house in Pickmere that I drive through to get home, and nice, decent-sized house. And you know what Pickmere is like. It's quite a decent, wealthy area, and that's had a British flag outside for the whole time I've lived there.
It's quite a historical little village, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's probably why I think there's one up in Hale as well.
Yeah.
I think the railway have one.
yeah,
But that they swapped that to a Ukrainian flag at the start of the war, and it's
A lot
been
of people
Ukrainian
did.
for a while now.
yeah.
Is that when you
It's a
drive
big
down
one.
the M5, you go M6 to the M5 and you pass that, is it called Kel Truck? A big truck, scan your truck distributor.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's they've got a massive Ukraine. It's one of the biggest flags. They usually fly the massive British flag, one of the biggest ones I've ever seen.
yeah.
And now it's a massive Ukrainian one. That's
Okay.
that's absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, not seen that.
date format.
Yeah.
They do month first, don't they?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
confusing.
Don't understand what the logic is. Maybe you'll explain, but I don't know why you'd swap them round.
No.
Ah, yes, date formats. You know, again, I've spoken about this before on the channel, but it's very much worthy of inclusion because when I first moved to the United States, it was very hard for me to get out of my head the British way of writing the date, which is to put the day first, the month second, and then the year. So it's sort of in order of unit, right? The smallest entity, the day, the second smallest, and then the third smallest, the year. Or is it to the largest? It's so hard to word that correctly without confusing yourself. I'm not a mathematician, and that was evident in my early days of trying to get my head around the American date format. It's not hard. I mean, you obviously just switch the day and the month around, but it's that thing you've known all your life. You're having to unlearn what you'd already learned. And eventually, working in an office every day for 5 years, the American way of doing things really did sort of cement itself in my head, and I came good on that front. And I think now if I were to move back to Britain, it'd be the other problem, and I'd have a hard time adapting. And if I tell everybody that, you know, my birthday is 11/18/1981, they'll think I invented 6 more months, and, you know, will kick me out of the country again for forgery. That's not what that means. Falsehoods, just general falsehoods. Oh, and while I'm on the subject of birthdays, that brings me on to our next entry. Tailgating was such an alien concept to me when I first moved to America, and in many ways it still is, and that's mainly because I don't own a truck or go to sports events, because that's what happens. When I talk about tailgating, I'm not just talking about, you know, when you drive too closely behind another car. I'm talking about that kind of thing that Americans do at sports events outside of sports stadiums or anywhere else where they can park it, and they just casually light a barbecue and drink beer. And I mean, they look fun. It's just I've never been invited to one, so pity me, come on, feel sorry for me. It's
So jealous of this one. I wish it was a thing
Tailgating.
over here. Yeah.
Well, it kind of is, but in a different way.
Yes, drinking cider on the park isn't the same, but it's
No.
tailgating.
See, I went to the game last night,
Yeah.
and I got there at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And the kickoff was 8. So I had 3 hours of food and beer in the bar.
In the bar, though.
Yeah, but it's still at the game. I can see the pitch in the stadium.
It's the thing that tailgating is obviously not organised by the club, and everyone's there with, you know, all their. I presume, like, you just get a cooler out full of beer, you get your barbecue out.
Not everyone barbecues though.
Yeah, I'm sure enough people do though, and then you've got your lawn chairs and things, and they're probably there all day before the game even starts. That's more what it is. It's more, seems not rushed. You know, you're spending the whole day within the vicinity of the ground.
Yeah.
And
British
just
people like to
grilling.
rush, but like I say, for me, it's no different. I'd rather be sat in a nice little, comfy little suite and be drinking and being served. You know, every time you finish a beer, someone comes and brings you another.
And a lot of the places,
The toilets are right there.
True. Yeah,
you know.
that's a good point. I mean, most places over here, sports grounds, you wouldn't have the facilities, would you?
No,
I mean, you'll have car parks, but I mean,
we've not got the infrastructure
not on
for it.
not the scale that they've got over there. Absolutely no chance.
Going to the toilet yesterday in the suites, I was that guy. It's 3 stones. I went in the middle one just to piss everyone off. So I did the middle one.
Why would you do that? Why would you do it?
You've just reminded me of something that Ash does that her dad does as well, which obviously they're being from Zimbabwe, it's a slight different culture. They find it really funny to do their shopping here and not put a thing behind their shopping on the conveyor belt.
I never do it. Let someone else put it on. If you want to.
They do it on purpose though, to see how long it's going to take for the person to lean across and grab one and put it down. And when they were telling me, I was like, that's a rough one, that. That's so disrespectful.
I never do it.
You don't do the shopping though, do you?
Occasionally. Not, I do like an express sort of...
If you were in Asda and you had some
I
battle
wouldn't
axe
be in
behind
Asda.
you in the queue,
First of all, I won't be in
do it.
Asda.
And he won't be in a queue.
Exactly.
It's never happened. The best you're going to get outside of sports stadiums in Britain is people selling pirated DVDs. I've just realised, actually, those pirate DVD sellers, they're probably struggling right now because A, there's a pandemic on, and B, no one uses DVDs anymore. Actually, I suppose nobody is doing our next entry, including me, so I'm going to leave this to Lawrence from Christmas to explain. Anybody that's followed my channel now for a while will know that I have feelings on free refills. In fact, I did an entire video about it. And while they are all the rage here, and of course you'll find them in most fast food outlets and other places, there is one clarification I have to make here. You will find free refills as an option in places like Subway. in the United Kingdom. So in some capacity, America has exported it, but it is by no means as universal in the United Kingdom as it is
not even
in
close,
the United States.
No.
And as I've said before, I think the temptation of knowing that I could get a free cup of pop on top of the one that I've already had is what made me give up pop in the first place. So I do have that to thank America for. Of course, if you are American and you have the willpower to stay away from the free refills, more power to you. Free refills or not, Americans do like their water to be very cold, and I'm not talking about their bath water. Can you imagine?
We've had this one before on something, haven't we?
Ice water.
Yeah, because I remember us discussing it, because I just drink water. And then you said you don't drink water without ice.
No.
Yeah.
I don't drink anything without ice. Any drink, apart from obviously beer and tea.
Wine.
Things like that, and wine. Yeah. It's, I don't drink any fruit, like, what do you call them? Fruit drink, I guess.
Yeah.
Without ice.
No, do you not?
No.
I went a bit gin and tonic happy last weekend, so I kept just refilling the ice trays and then putting them out into a bag and filling it. So I've got a bag like that of ice, and I've got no gin left. So I'm going to have to buy some more.
Buy an ice machine.
Why?
Because you got ice then all the time.
Just have to put it in a bag and then top it up.
Yeah, then you have to wait for it to freeze.
I've got a good freezer.
Just buy an ice machine or buy a fridge where I've just put fucking my cup under and press a button and fucking ice churns out into your glass.
You have to fill that
Same
with
here.
ice, though, don't you?
No.
Don't you? Does it make it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought you actually topped it up with ice for it to come out of the machine.
No, it makes the ice
Makes
for
the
you.
ice.
Wow. Future.
Imagine having an ice bath. Do they? That is weird. But they put lots of ice in their water occasionally, and you'll find this happening in restaurants, but people will do it in the comfort of their own homes too. And this was a somewhat of an alien concept to me before I moved to the US. I think maybe it's because we live in a mildish climate in Britain. We don't feel the need to do that. And the water in Britain tends to come out of the tap quite cold anyway, so that usually suffices. But actually, I have come to appreciate this one because during the summertime in Chicago, or previously where I lived in Indiana, it gets very, very hot. Sometimes it can get over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And if you go out for a run in that weather, and that's not me, I don't run. But if you do, you're going to perspire like crazy, right? So not only do you need just water in general, it is nice to have it with ice in it because it cools you down. Like it's ice cold, and you're catching your breath because it's going so dry from all the heat. They'll even buy bags of ice here in America. You can actually buy bags of ice from the store, and I still don't know why people do that. I know because you have ice trays and you put them in the freezer. Am I missing something?
So that you can have ice for...
That's a funny one, that. Because I was always told with ice and drinking really cold water and stuff, like, actually warms your body up because your body sort of thinks it's getting too cold, so it tries to warm itself up a bit.
I think it's more for refreshment as opposed to stop the perspiring, but...
Yeah.
It might just be the illusion of cooling you down.
Yeah.
Potentially. Because
we also sell ice over here.
In bags.
Yeah, in bags.
We do.
I think the thing is, you're not always going to have time to make ice. You're not always going to be able to go to someone's house that has ice. Buy a bag of ice.
Yeah.
So I get it. And it's every supermarket sells bags of ice.
Yeah.
Over here, doesn't it?
We've always got ice. You've always
Same.
got ice.
Always.
I've always got ice.
Loads of it. So without having to make it.
Yeah, same here.
Press the button.
It is,
out comes the ice.
It is hard work
Crushed
to
or-
make
Crushed
it.
or-
to be fair.
crushed
all
cube.
lumps.
Crushed ice. What's wrong with you?
So that's one of the options.
Telling you, as it is.
You have ice trays and you put them in the freezer. Am I missing something?
So that you can have ice for a party.
Oh, right. Like a tailgating party, or just generally a party?
Any party.
Any party in the summer.
Or winter.
Who has ice in the winter? I mean, in their drink.
Floridians?
That's true. Is it even winter in Florida, though, when it's winter here?
Yes, but no.
Not the same. This one seemed really strange for the first few months of living in America. People going out to the store in their pajamas.
Is that how you spell pajamas?
No.
It didn't
I
look
wouldn't.
right.
I'd spell it PYJ.
That's what I was thinking. He
Yeah.
put PAJ, didn't he?
I don't know if that's how you spell it in the
Pajamas.
USA, but yeah, I would say PYJ. But it's a
PYJ,
thing
yeah.
over here in the council estates where people go.
That's where you see him.
Yeah.
The one used to be those.
Fluffy flippers and
Yeah, get
curlers in
Tesco's
the
in
hair.
Bagley.
Yeah.
There's always a few in there.
Absolutely. It's not Tesco's anymore. It's too expensive. They're going Lidl now.
Yeah.
And Aldi.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
There used to be the pink juicy pants, didn't it? It said
Yeah,
juicy
that's
across
right.
the bum,
yeah,
and then like the matching top with the hair curls and the
Yeah.
fluffy
Those
slippers.
Those used to suit you, Dave.
Yeah, I think I look good in pink. Or I put on a bit of timber.
and sweatpants and things like that. It's as if they don't care about what they look like while, traversing Walmart, which I can understand. It's not really something you'd find back in Britain. I'm not saying we dress our Sunday best to go shopping, but we at least make an effort, put on jeans and a t-shirt, You will see people going out in their gym jams, their jammies, PJs, right? And I'm not exempt from that, especially right now. I mean, I don't care I want people to avoid me. So, of course, I go out in my pajamas or anything. I went out in this the other day. These aren't my pajamas. That's just me looking like a Sith Lord, a dime store Sith Lord, but nonetheless a Sith Lord. And I suppose in many ways it speaks to that American tendency toward comfort. But this is not just a pandemic era thing. I mean, people have been doing this for centuries, probably.
Pajamas?
Yeah.
I feel like that started in the 90s.
So there weren't people going in the 19th century going out with their sort of sleeping cap on and things like that to their local blacksmiths or whatever. That's it. Thank you for watching this episode of Lost in the Pond. Don't forget to follow me right here on YouTube so that my videos don't get lost in the pond. What are you laughing at? I know it looked like a crotch chop. I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, so if you liked what you saw here, follow me on Twitter at Lost in the Pond US. You'll get a lot of these sort of weird factoids about.
Nice.
Very good.
Yeah. Make sure you're going.
He always does good subjects as well about what the difference is between the USA and the UK. And I always like to find out because obviously he lived in two countries.
Yeah, of course.
Both countries, and it's it's interesting. Some of the stuff you forget.
No, I was going to say you probably forget some of the stuff, though, so it's good to hear it again, I suppose, and get your perspective on it. So,
are there any honourable mentions from you, having lived in both countries, that you'd add to that list?
No, I don't know. I can't think of it.
I mean, one of the things is things like the tipping, I suppose, isn't it? Where you tip everything.
That's on every video like this that we do. Tipping is usually
it's a big thing, don't it?
Yeah,
pretty sort of alien to us over here.
I tip quite well over here.
Yeah,
what I classify as quite well. I mean, last night we was at the match, and there's 10 of us in a box, and I collected 20 quid off everyone.
Oh, did you?
To the waitress, of course I did.
Yeah,
so she got 200 quid. Don't know, which should be well more than what she's getting paid.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
brilliant.
And then one of the lads come back and he's like, "Everyone saw it." I went, "Everyone sorted it out." I said, "You're happy, right?" And she went, "Of course I'm happy." Sort of thing. And then I went in another suite after that, and the girl's pouring a massive glass of wine. It was fucking one of the biggest glasses I've ever seen for wine. And she's pouring it, and she stared at me. She went, "Say when." I just went, right at the top, went, when.
Dripping over the edge.
Yeah. So when she went, fine. So I tipped her quite a bit,
sort
of thing, because I didn't have to pay. It was free drinks,
sort
of thing. And I turned around and someone went, fucking hell, what have you got, a pint of wine?
It's the only way to drink wine.
I was like, well, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I don't know when they're going to close the bar, so I'm getting me, Next thing, two of the other lads that were with us, they had massive glasses of wine.
Did they? Yeah. It's great. I mean, because you're on minimum wage, probably, aren't they? It's great. Give them extra cash like that, straight in the pocket. Brilliant.
I'd love to see Lawrence do a video of things from the UK that the Americans don't do. So this video, but the other twist.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they have, because I know they have last call in bars there, like we have last orders.
Yeah.
I wonder if you get the old fellas carrying like
you don't
8 pints at the same time.
You don't. But one thing I forgot about in America that you used to see, I don't know if you still see it, someone will let us know in the comments, but you used to see groups of like workers, say, say a group of gardeners, let's say landscapers,
right,
waiting on a corner for someone to come pick them up to, people who needed day labourers, say sort of thing. You don't see that over here.
Oh, right.
Are they illegals though?
Possibly.
Is that why?
So cash in hand, sort of thing.
I'm sure everyone's going to put in the comments, they are, but you can't assume that. But I would say possibly they are,
Right, okay.
So they'll probably be like, South or Latin American, Mexican, or whatever they may be, waiting around for people to come and pick them up as a labourer. To go to work and then do a day's work and get paid cash in hand or get paid for however you get paid. And but we don't have that over here.
Fair enough.
Do we?
No, we don't. We better sign off. People can still hear us, but the camera's just died.
Yeah.
But luckily, right at the end of the video. So,
yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.